Hi dear fans, friends and subscribers. Welcome to the Cricket Happening Show with your host Ram. Well, I do regret, dear fans and subscribers, that I was not able to actually bring you the cricket show yesterday due to my poor health. But well, I'm not fully fit, but yes, I'm always raring to go on this Cricket Happening Show. As I said, you dear friends and subscribers are the one who are the most endearing lot for me on this Cricket Happening Show, and you are the ones who make the show. So this cricket show, what I'm going to do, yesterday I would have loved to actually come. As you know, yesterday was the last day in the test career of a Sri Lankan great batsman, Jayawardene, and what a fitting farewell and what a fitting present for Jayawardene on his retirement from international cricket, from test cricket. He got a fitting farewell in the form of Pakistan actually losing the series. In fact, Sri Lanka going on to win the series with a 2-0, winning that second and final test match by 105 runs, which was always on the cards, no doubt about it. But it was only fitting that Jayawardene on his swan song was a part of a Sri Lankan victory, and that would have made him pretty proud about that. And that too, it happened on his favorite hunting ground, his home ground, the Sinhala Sports Club ground here in Colombo. So that's the end of my journey. So we would have seen the last of Jayawardene now as far as test matches are concerned. Well, international cricket is definitely going to miss one of this wonderful batsmen from Sri Lanka. And well, one knows that there is a big void now in the Sri Lankan mix of things, and soon someone has to take it up. But Kumar Sangakkara is still there, he's still marching along, but Jayawardene is the man who's going to be missed. I have always found that Jayawardene has always been a silken touch player. The way he plays, it has always been a treat to watch him driving through the covers, whether it is coming and lofting the spinner with the turn into the fence or over the fence, or it could be the delicate late cut that he used to play through the slip cordon. And he has also he has been such a wonderful treat to watch, whatever it does, and he has been sort of a real pillar as far as Sri Lankan cricket is concerned. He has been part of many a victory. He has been part of the success stories that Sri Lanka has really unraveled, and he has always been a part of the team. And well, that was a very fitting farewell. Now, so since I could not actually speak to you about this particular match yesterday, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a brief look at that match that happened yesterday, where Sri Lanka won the match by 105 runs at the SSC. Then we'll have a live cricket update coming up. It's a match between South Africa and Zimbabwe. As you know, South Africa won the first one-day international against Zimbabwe by a huge margin, and here Zimbabwean bowlers had actually done their job to actually restrict South Africa in the second one-day international to 257. But Zimbabwe themselves, the batting has been the problem for Zimbabwe, and the batsmen have been struggling. And Zimbabwe right now are not in a very good situation. They are 121 for 7 in the 39th over. So there is still a long way to go for Zimbabwe. They require 129 runs in the next 55 balls with 3 wickets remaining. So I will have a brief look at that and also give you a live cricket update. And then we'll have some news, some cricket news. And yesterday I couldn't talk about the team. As you know, England drubbed India 3-1 in the test series. Now we will have a different kettle of fish coming up in the form of one-day internationals, which is starting from 25th of August. And well, the England have actually named their team, and they have included a man, Jon Morgan. Alex Hales has been scoring a lot of runs in cricket, as you know, and he has been typically a typical T20 player. But looking at what the England selectors have done, they have actually roped in Alex Hales to be a part of the team. So that itself means that Alex Hales is one who is going to be a contender for the World Cup 2015 in Australia and New Zealand. So, and Ian Morgan has always already mentioned that Alex Sales is a wonderful one-day player, and probably whether the selectors have taken a word from Ian Morgan, one does not know, but nevertheless Alex Sales has started figuring in the England team. So I'm going to come back to all that, but let's talk about the second test, which was Mahela Jayawardene, one of the Sri Lankan batsmen's greatest batsman's swan song. Well, as I said yesterday, I thought that Sarfraz Ahmed has really arrived for Pakistan. He had a maiden century in the first innings, and then he came here and he was the one who was standing like a thorn in the way of the Sri Lankan victory. But well, for them, for Sri Lanka, Velagadra was the one who got that most important wicket early in the morning when he had Sarfraz Ahmed caught by Sangakkara for 55 with 2 boundaries. After that, it was pretty quick work. There was nothing that Sri Lanka needed to do. Rangana Herath came in and picked up his 5-wicket bag. So he had he took 9 wickets, as you would remember, and he picked up 14 wickets in this test, and that enabled him to take not only the man of the match and also the man of the series. And why not? He bowled splendidly, and Wahab Riaz was the victim. Caught Silva bowled Herath for 17. Ajmal was not out on 3. Junaid Khan, because of his injury, couldn't bat, and Pakistan were all out for 165, thus paving the way for a Sri Lankan win by 105 runs, and also taking the test series 2-0. Velagadra 1 for 2. Let's talk about Rangana Herath's figures. He had 5 wickets for 57 runs, and for just looking at this series which happened, generally if you see, Pakistan have been finding problems as far as the opening slot is concerned. Khurram Manzoor and Ahmed Shahzad have not been able to flower. Azhar Ali has not been able to play a big innings, but Yunus Khan has done. Misbah-ul Haq, unfortunately, couldn't do much. Asad Shafiq, I thought Asad Shafiq and Sarfraz Ahmed was sort of a real find for Pakistan, I thought. And as I said, Pakistan have definitely found an answer as far as the wicket-keeper batsman slot is concerned, and I think Sarfraz Ahmed is here to stay, no doubt about it, because he is not only able to stay there, he can also play a counter-attacking game as he showed, and he's also improved as a very good keeper. So that is something which is a big game for Pakistan, no doubt about it. Asad Shafiq played a few consistent innings, I would say. The bowling, as I said, always the bowling the problem for Pakistan in this particular series has been that they have not been having a very settled opening pace pair, and they have been struggling. Mohammad Tala was played in the first test, Wahab Riaz in second. Junaid Khan has an injury problem, and it has not been easy for them. And you can't be relying only on the spin of Saeed Ajmal and Abdur Rahman to deliver the goods. And even then, they also found they also did not found it to their liking, I would say. So that is as far as Sri Lanka is concerned. Well, the Sri Lankan team is having a huge void now in their ranks because of the retirement of Mahela Jayawardene, one of the greatest batsmen that in Sri Lankan cricket history. And for Sri Lanka, the spin department has been absolutely superb, with Rangana Herath leading the way along with Dilruwan Pereira. The pace bowling, again, I wouldn't say as sharp as what would have expected, especially with the injuries to Shaminda Ranga and Suranga Lakmal. I thought Sri Lanka were crippled, but I thought the spinners were the one, especially Rangana Herath was the one who made up for it by actually getting all the wickets. Well, other than that, Kumar Sangakkara and Jayawardene, we all know they are great blokes as far as Sri Lankan cricket is. Angelo Matthews always leading from the front as far as Sri Lanka is concerned. Upal Taranga and Kaushal Silva couldn't. Upal Taranga, well, it was a stop-start Upal Taranga knocks, I would say, but Upal Taranga still needs to get some consistency under his belt. Well, other than that, this was a very I would say Sri Lanka definitely dominated this particular test series, and they won it 2-0, so congratulations to them. And that was the last that one saw Mahela Jayawardene as far as test cricket is concerned. Well, now I'm going to take you down to the live cricket update, and let's see what really is happening as far as this particular match is concerned. Well, this is the second one-day international. You know, South Africa won the first one-day international. The first one-day international was won by South Africa by a huge margin. The second one-day international currently is being played here at the Queen's Sports Club Bulawayo in Zimbabwe, currently South Africa, in fact Zimbabwe were the ones who actually won the toss today, and they inserted the South Africans in, and I thought they did the right thing, and they also justified it by restricting this South African batting order, South African total to 257. They actually bowled out South Africa for 257, which was, I thought it was a very good thing. In fact, John Nimbu, the right-arm spinner, really is really showing that he is going to be one good spinner in the Zimbabwean ranks. Probably one could say after there was a bowler by the name Ray Price. After that, I thought he was a left-arm spin bowler, but John Nimbu is a right-arm spinner, and he had figures of 10 overs, no maiden, 2 for 44. Sean Williams also bowled well, 9.4 overs, no maiden, 2 for 37, and that restricted South Africa to 257 all out. The South African innings, if you have a look at it, Quinton de Kock played a run-a-ball stuff here, making 38 of as many balls with 5 fours. Hashim Amla was clean bowled, trying to hoik John Nimbu, missing the line completely, and he was clean bowled for 15 of 21 balls with 2 fours. Du Plessis was caught brilliantly by Elton Chugumbra. In fact, the stroke was absolutely laced by Du Plessis, trying to hit him, but Chugumbra came with a very good catch, and the bowler was Prosper Utsaya. So he was gone for 55. He was the highest scorer. A.B. de Villiers was run out for 1. J.P. Dumini contributed a good 36 of 47 deliveries with 2 fours. And then David Miller was there, but he also, even though if you look at his knock, he made 48 balls with 2 fours and 2 6. I thought it was not still easy for David Miller to play against the Zimbabwean bowlers. Ryan McLaren was out for 4. But the good thing for South Africa was South Africa, in fact, were in some real trouble, in the sense they were 211 for 7 in the 42nd over, and thanks to a 41-run partnership which happened, and basically at that time they had to actually guard against the wickets going, and that was precisely what Wayne Parnell and Kyle Abbott did in a 41-run partnership in 6 or 7 overs, I suppose, with Wayne Parnell contributing 24 of 27 balls with 2 fours, Kyle Abbott contributing 23 of 26 balls with 2 fours. It was a very sensible batting by both the batsmen. They understood that the time was of the essence, in the sense they had to play out the 50 overs, and that's what they precisely did. And in the end, South Africa finished were bowled out for 257 by Zimbabwe. And while I'm talking, there's one more wicket which has fallen. I'll come back to that. Brian Vettori, 9 overs coming into the Zimbabwean squad, 9 overs, 2 for 57 for him. Prosper Utsaya, I thought, bowled excellently. In fact, Elton Chugumbra actually gave the new cherry to Prosper Utsaya. So Prosper Utsaya bowled the 2nd over, and he continued like that, and he bowled 10 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 39. The spinners were the ones who actually got the South African score restricted to 257. So I thought it was a pretty good work done by the Zimbabwean bowlers. Madziva 5 overs, 1 for 27. John Nimbu, as I said, 244. But Jongwe was very costly, 2 overs costing 20. Sikandar Raza's 2 overs went for 15. Sean Williams 2 for 37. And Elton Chugumbra bowling 2 overs for 11 runs, the Zimbabwean captain. As far as Zimbabwe were concerned, they had to chase 258 at a run rate of 5.17 runs per over. But currently, I think it's almost that South Africa is looking like South Africa will definitely going to win the match, because they are required, and it is a very mountainous task for them, because there's only another 43 balls remaining, and Zimbabwe require another 117 runs. And the sad part is that there is no recognized batsman left. Everyone are back into the pavilion, so they have right now the 2 tailenders, N. Madziva not out on 8 and Nimbu not out on 4. trying to do something, but I think it's well beyond them, and one can safely say that South Africa would have won the second one-day international. Looking at how the Zimbabwe innings, I thought, has faltered because, as I said, the bowlers did a good job in restricting South Africa, but the Zimbabwean batting has not been able to come to the fore. Hamilton Masakadze was out for 7. Then Mutumbami, the wicketkeeper now, as probably Richmond Mutumbami now, what Zimbabwe have decided is that they are going to make him a sort of a permanent fixture as an opening batsman, because he likes to attack the ball. But well, that I thought this experimentation that Zimbabwe are doing by promoting the wicketkeeper batsman Richmond Mutumbami is not really working for them, as he was LBW bowled Fungiso for 12 of 20 balls with 1 6. Sikandar Raza was out for a duck. That was pretty unfortunate. Brendan Taylor couldn't contribute much. He was gone for 14 with 2 4s. Sean Williams tried his best. Thanks to Sean Williams, at least Zimbabwe could actually reach the 100 mark, I reckon, because he contributed 55 of 84 balls with 3 4s and 2 6. And once again, the Elton Chukumbra, the Zimbabwean captain, was out for 7 of 13 balls. Jongwe was out for 6. Prosper also, and as I said, right now I do see that Zimbabwe have just hit the 150 mark in the 44th over, and as I said, it's a long way to go for Zimbabwe. 150 for 8 is the current score. We are in the 45th over is about to start. Madziva is not out on 14 with 2 4s, and Nyumbu is not out on 7, and 150 for 8. It's absolutely certain that South Africa are going to win the second one-day national. Zimbabwe requiring another 108 runs from the last 6 overs, and that is something which can only be a miracle could make that happen. Looking at the bowling figures as far as the South Africans were concerned, Kyle Abbott 8 overs 2 maidens, none for 19, bowling well. Parnell has been among the wicket takers, 9 overs 2 maidens, 28 runs and 3 wickets. Aaron Fungiso, the spinner, has looked impressive, 6 overs 2 maidens, 1 for 16. Ryan McLaren has also taken 3 wickets for 21 runs here. Dumini 6 overs 1 for 37, and Imran Tahir has bowled 7 overs 1 maiden, none for 23. So that's the match situation as far as this particular match between Zimbabwe and South Africa is concerned in the second one-day international here at the Bulawayo Sports Club here in Zimbabwe. Now let's have some cricket news. Briefly, as I said, India were really crushed under the carpet by England in the Test series now. The focus is shifting on to the one-day international series, a 5-match one-day international series which is about to begin on 25th of August. England have actually named their squad. Well, Alex Hales, as I said, has been scoring well on the English domestic county scene, and he has definitely merited an inclusion. The other day we saw Morgan actually making a comment that he is someone who should be a certainty as far as one-day internationals are concerned due to his wonderful form with the bat for his county. I reckon it is he plays for Nottinghamshire, if I'm not wrong, and one can only say that Alex Hales, yes, he has been very prolific as far as scoring is concerned. In fact, he scored 141 of 96 deliveries when playing for Nottinghamshire against Middlesex. And as you know, Alex Hales is also the one who in the T20 World Cup went on to score the first century by an Englishman in T20 cricket, especially in T20 World Cup. So he is someone who is always looked upon, and what Morgan says and what Morgan said is probably justified, and Alex Hales was included in the squad. Now the other than the England squad is Alistair Cook captain, Moeen Ali, James Harrison, Gary Barnes, Ian Bell, they are all selecting themselves. Josh Butler is specialist one-day batsman. Stephen Fenn is back. So Harry Gurney, it will be good to see how Harry Gurney goes, because he bowled well against the Sri Lankans, and it will be good to see how he goes against the Indians. Alex Hales, Chris Jordan, Morgan, Root, Ben Stokes, who has not been among the runs at all. He has been really struggling, but England have decided to persist with Ben Stokes. Is a good all-rounder, as you know. And then James Treble, the off-spinner, and Chris Woke. So that's the team composition as far as. So Ravi Bopara is not going to find a place in the mix of things. So that is as far as that England squad is concerned. And I believe that we also have, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. The test series is over with Sri Lanka winning the test series 2-0. Now the focus will shift on to the one-day international series, and I believe that the right arm opener Suraj Ranade, who is also a good batsman too, has been inducted into the Sri Lankan squad for the one-day international series against Pakistan. Well, dear fans and subscribers, on this note, your host Ram is about to conclude the Cricket Happenings show for today, but I would like to thank all those dear subscribers who have been subscribing to my Cricket Happenings, who have been enjoying my cricket show and also subscribing to this cricket show of mine. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, dear fans and subscribers. As I always been saying, you're the wheels of my business, and this business is run through your complete cooperation to this cricket show. And I'm very, very glad that more and more people are joining me on this Cricket Happening show, and also they love my cricket show, which is absolutely great to know. And I'm also happy that I'm able to share this wonderful Cricket Happening show with you all. Thanks for your company as always, and thanks for your continued cooperation to this cricket show. Your host Ram would like to end the show for today by saying goodbye.